Hello everyone, this is Fabio Carvalho and you're watching our Adisra SmartView course. Today's topic is the services. We'll begin by creating a service and understanding what can be done in there. A service is a great functionality to execute scripts under a specific condition, and it can be extremely useful since it has access to the tags, user functions, and also system functions. For our demo, we use it to create a nice animation and clean all the brewing machinery. The process screen was already prepared for animating the tanks whenever the start clean machinery tag is set to true. Let's open the process screen and take a look at the animation that I prepared. I'm gonna show you the first tank, but it's gonna be the same for the other tanks. I did the same animation. Just gonna put it back. And I prepared the polygon exactly the same as the one for the production, but this time instead of using the fill color as the color of the grains, I'm gonna use the watercolor. So as you can see, the polygon is selected, and under the fill on the brushes I'm using the clean amount tag. So this tag is gonna increase from 0 to 20 the capacity of our tanks, and we're gonna be basically putting some water in there and then removing all the water, and the same thing was done to the rest of the tanks. And this button here is gonna be used to start the cleanup. As you can see, let's just split the screen, and as I said, we have the start clean machinery tag, and this is gonna be set to true when we click here. And this is gonna start the service that we're gonna create right now. Okay, so let's go back. I'm just gonna put it back. Okay, I'm gonna save it, and let's go to the services now. I'm gonna create a new service. All we need to do with the service is to increase the clean amount tag to the tank capacity, which is 20, and then decrease it back to 0. What we can configure here in a service. First thing, as you can see, is the document settings, and you can put true or false, and you can also change it on the runtime using a tag. So this is something that I don't want to change, because we're gonna change the enabling or disabling in the condition. But let's set to true. And now we need to decide, do you want to use a condition or a trigger? If we choose a trigger, we're gonna have this script under here being executed all the time that we change a value of the tag that is configured here. And if we choose a condition, whenever this condition returns true, it could be an expression or just a tag, we're gonna be executing this script. So while this is true, this is gonna be executed respecting this interval. So as I said, we already have a tag called start clean machinery, so we want to use the condition. Whenever this tag is set to true, we're gonna keep executing this script in this interval. So let's just set the tag here, start clean machinery. I'm gonna put a lower interval, 500 milliseconds. Just gonna put a description here, clean machinery, and we can write the code. Our code consists of basically changing the value of the clean amount. So it starts from 0 and it grows to 20, and then it goes back to 0. So we need to decide, I'm gonna create a tag. Actually I already created, it's called clean direction. So I need to know in this script if we're going up or if we're going down, and this is going to be controlled by the clean direction. It starts with 0, so 0 value is going to be on the way up. Let's check the direction. If clean direction equals 0, it means I want to go until 20, so I need to check now the clean amount. If it's not 20 yet, I want to clean amount equals clean amount plus 1, so I'll be incremented one by one. Else, if it already reached 20, I can change the direction. So clean direction will change to 1. So this is telling the script that I'm not going up anymore and we need to go down. So the else condition is gonna check. Now we're going down, so if clean amount is still greater than 0, we can still go on. So clean amount equals clean amount minus 1. So let's say we're 20, now we're going to 19, and until we reach 0. On the else condition, I'm gonna set a few things to finish this script, for example. So I'm gonna just make sure the clean amount equals 0. I'm gonna put clean direction back to 0. If we run it one more time, it needs to go up again. And I'm gonna set start clean machinery equals false, so we can stop this script. Remember that this is the condition to keep running this script. And before that, I'm just gonna change the production status equals 1, because I'm controlling the status, and that's what makes visible or not that button on the process screen to maybe start the production, or to stop the production, or to clean the machinery. I forgot just one thing I'm gonna put here, because one of the tanks is already made of water, so I didn't create a new rectangle just to represent the clean machinery. It already has a tag called water volume, so I'm gonna put water volume equals clean amount in here whenever increase, and also when we decrease it, I'm gonna decrease the water volume as well, so this water tank will also behave the same way. And at the end, let's put water volume equals 0 as well. So now we have what we need, at least for the clean machinery service. I'm gonna save it. Clean machinery, that's the name of the service, and it's saved. This same service can also be used in the triggers. If you didn't watch the triggers video, you can check it, but whenever we specify a trigger, we can also call a service there. We can use an expression or a script there, but we can also select a service. So it's very useful. Okay, let's run the test. Okay, application was started, and let's go to the process screen. And as I said, these icons here are being visible or not, depending on the production status. And right now it's expecting the clean machinery to be executed. So I'm gonna click here, and this is gonna set the start clean machinery tag to true, which will trigger the condition. The condition will be set to true, and while it's set to true, we'll be able to execute the script. So let's click and test. As you can see, all of the tanks are being filled with water, and until they reach 20, they will be increasing. As soon as they reach 20, they'll change the direction. Now they're going down until they reach 0. As soon as they reach 0, we finish the service, setting the tag to false, and we're changing the status. As you can see, now the status is ready for starting a new production. Well, I hope it was useful for you. It's a very powerful functionality that SmartView has. I also use the services to animate the production, so as I say goodbye in this video, I will leave it running, but I'm just gonna start a production for a Pilsen. As you can see, the first step is the milling step, and right now there is one document called milling process, and this will be basically removing all the grains from this tank and moving to the mashing The meshing is also consuming the water, so it's making a mixture of water and grains, and the meshing will happen here, and so on. We will then move to the boiling, and the boiling, it will pass the cooling to the fermentation, then it goes to the filtration, and then we have a final cooling before going to storage. Everything I done here was very similar to the services that we created for the clean, and this can be done by the service. I could use the triggers as well, or maybe the screen scripts, but I prefer to use the services. So thanks a lot for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, bye bye.